Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome back to RevivedWitch. So this is now a review on Amorai. So you can actually do refer to my previous showcase video in regards to Amorai, as it does help a little bit when it comes to this video. So as you can see, I've made Amorai passive level 2 with a lot of help thanks to the most recent event. And so the first thing that we're going to be doing is taking a look at her skills. So her first skill, Diagnosis, costs 2 order skill to use, and regardless of the level of the skill, the psyched buff will always be an ignore defense based on 20% of Amorai's attack. The only thing that changes is her heal, which is 270% to all allies at level 4. Her second skill is a charge skill called Medical Precaution, and as before, as same as the first skill, regardless of the level of the skill, the buff of attack, defense, and crit damage will always be 30% regardless of the level. The only thing that changes is the shield, and at level 4 it is a shield based on 27% of Amorai's attack for 15 seconds. And then last but not least, Deep Breath, which is the name of her passive, and I think it's the most important one to level up when it comes to Amorai's kit, where at level 2 it recovers 2 chaos energy when using the skill Diagnosis, which is the first skill, and so you use a 2 cost order skill to get 4 chaos in return, which is very big. And at level 1 it's only 1 chaos energy, which is, you know, a bit awkward. That's why I would recommend making her passive level 2. Now, before we do anything, if you take a look at her stats, it's pretty good. 9k attack for a healer, that's pretty strong in my opinion. I have this one for her weapon, and then this for the armor, and then this for the ring. So all in all, I have a total of like 9k attack. Now, does this make a difference when it comes to passive level 1? Passive level 1 Amorai. Now, if you take a look, if you remember the previous video, I would link it. I'll link it in the description and the pinned comment. Essentially, after the end of the second Arcana burst, the total damage is around 12.3 mil damage, and the DPS nearly hit 170k DPS. So we've kept the same build on Celanya and Catherine. The only difference this time is that our Amorai is passive level 2. So we'll see if this makes a difference. So again, we'll keep it at full auto and then see how it performs. So theoretically, we should deal more DPS because the 4 chaos gain from Amorai's S2 should be very effective when it comes to Arcana burst, which we will find out. Alright, so after the first Arcana burst, we are hitting around 150k DPS, stuff like that. Now let's wait until the second Arcana burst and see where that takes us. And then we'll go until the timer goes off. Alright, so let me double check the build of my celanya. Alright, it is that build. Perhaps I didn't crit much, but the damage didn't really improve. So let's retry that, you know, just in case, right? Now, it could be the case of, you know, critting or not. So we'll just have to see, right? But if it still stays a little bit low, then perhaps the previous video got a bit lucky. Let's see, I'll try and pay attention to the chaos bar at the bottom to see if it does make any difference in terms of chaos consumption during Arcana burst on auto. Okay, so from the looks of it, it does seem to help, I think. Yeah, so in this case, we did crit more, and our DPS did surpass 170k. So when it comes to making a difference, I would say probably in terms of ignoring defense, it will definitely make a larger difference on S1 as we have a higher attack stat now. So the defense that we ignore in terms of this skill, it will be much higher. But I think against the test dummy here, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Now, next up, we're going to have to experiment. Because, you know, at the moment, it does seem like you don't need to passive level 2 Amorai. So we're going to test out free mode. So the way that I would use this comp in free mode is, you know, a little bit something like this, right? So S1. So we'll start off with getting an S1 on Amorai. Just why not? And then once we get a... Oh, I made a mistake there. So normally you wouldn't want to activate the Catherine second skill during Arcana Burst, as it might ruin the rotation, which I already messed up. So, you know, that's pretty unfortunate there. Okay, so it does seem like it's more effective to rotate in free mode auto with Amorai. Yeah, so it does seem like the DPS does increase on free mode when using Amorai. Now, when it comes to using Tonel, obviously, I think the performance between free mode and full auto is like the gap is really not that big. You probably might still perform better in free mode with Tonel, but when it comes to Amorai, the improvement does increase by a larger margin, which is pretty nice. Now let's see how it does in well, in PvP it doesn't really do that much, right? But we'll just see anyway. We'll play on free mode. So what I would do, first I would use S1 on Amorai, S2 on Catherine, and then do some of this with the S1 on Celanya, S1 and S2. Okay, I guess that kind of worked out. So obviously, from this, right, you'll notice that when it comes to using Amorai, I think it's highly recommended to use her on free mode. And on free mode, it's, you know, semi-manual in a sense, because it's preferred that you would, you know, keep track of your buffs and debuffs. So your debuff from Catherine and your buff from Amorai, you know, you keep track of them, ensure that you don't run out and stuff like that, whilst managing your order and chaos to deal the most efficient and most optimal amount of damage. In this case, again, S1 Amorai, S2 Catherine, and then S1, S2 on Celanya should be golden. So when it comes to doing certain things, like certain stages, you essentially just want to plan out your moves, and soon, once you get used to the comp, you'll end up creating some sort of like rotation, a specific set of moves that you always start off with, which would be the most effective. So in this case, you know, you do S1, S2, Amorai, and then, you know, stuff like that. You know, which is pretty nice. Now, one thing I'm trying to anticipate would be a... there you go. This one should be good, right? We could get a better one, but for the meantime, we'll just fight this. So normally normally she's scary, but if we do a little bit of semi-manual, semi-auto play, we should delete the team. Okay, we kind of did. Alright, that's not bad. Maybe if you find a tankier a fallen, then we'll do something about that. But yeah, we really get the gist of it. And yeah, so you can see this as a part 2 of my Amorai review. So part 1 was essentially just a showcase, as well as showing off her, her kit alongside Tonel as well. And this one is just to more so confirm how she is, what playstyle you should be playing when it comes to using Amorai. And in my opinion, I believe she is most effective when it comes to free mode auto and ensuring you just manage your order and chaos bars. Now, when it comes down to it, is Amorai worth summoning for? So I've now got a better understanding of Amorai. I've been using her for just, as much as I can. One of the things that you need to keep note is that Amorai does not heal on her charge attack. The barrier that she gives is not as strong as you may think. It's like a sliver. So I wouldn't count on it when it comes to healing. Like, you're going to have to S1 on Amorai. But for the most part, the heal will mainly come from the Arcana Burst. And if you have Catherine alongside you, or someone like Caledonia, either their cover or Caledonia's damage reduction and healing should be enough to alleviate Amorai's issue. Also, Amorai would most likely be locked to Brimstone teams only. She's not as universal as someone like Tonel. Amorai is mainly focused on physical DPS as she increases physical ignore defense, so keep that in mind. So overall, in terms of rating her, in terms of how worth she is pulling, I would give her a solid 7.5, I think. Now, the reason why she's not rated higher is because I don't think you need Amorai. As in, like, if you don't get Amorai, it's not the end of the world, You can still be fine using Tonel in the comps. Amorai's mainly here for that Brimstone team, giving your team the stat bonus, 15% stat bonuses if all of your team is all Brimstone element. And outside of that, I think there's not much. However, one thing to note is that she will enable your Brimstone DPS to deal more damage than Tonel would. So just keep that in mind, In terms of DPS ceilings for your Brimstone DPS, Amorai will definitely take that up a notch higher than what Tonel would bring. And that's about it. If you guys got any more questions regarding Amorai, do let me know down in the comments below. Next video of Amorai, I'll just be simply showcasing her with Sally, just to see if Sally does make any improvements, and so on and so forth. It's been your boy Nitrostorm. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.